Hi everyone, it's Lee here, and thank you for watching this week's episode of Leading with Lee. Today, we're going to talk about decisions. So when I was about 13 or 14 years old, I remember playing football. I played football in middle school and maybe the first 2 years of high school. And so in the process of me playing football, I played cornerback and safety. Now, you may not think that, but the ball was okay. And so one day I was playing football with some of my friends and we were out in the field and we were playing. And my team was on defense. And because I played safety and corner, I understood what to do on defense. So my next thought was that when the quarterback stepped back to throw the ball, I was going to be the first one there, either to make an interception or cause a forced fumble. So my friend says hike. He steps back. He begins to survey the field. He looks my way and immediately I knew what I was going to do. Either when he throws it my way, I'm going to pick it off and take it to the house and have a Deion Sanders moment. Or I was going to strip the ball from my friend and cause a fumble. So he throws the ball in my direction and my friend catches the ball and he proceeds to run. In the process of him running, I stripped the ball away from him. Got that fumble, guys. But I ended up falling on my shoulder and my arm got caught underneath me. In this process, there's a forced fumble and everyone is running towards the ball to pick it up. But some people tripped over me and I ended up breaking my collarbone and had to be in a sling for 4 to 6 weeks and had to go to rehab. Now, I know you're saying to yourself, Lee, why are you sharing this story? But it's the idea that we all are affected by decisions that we make in moments. John Maxwell says life is a matter of choices and every choice you make makes you. All of us make decisions, and the choices that we make govern our lives. According to a 2018 article by Psychology Today, the average person makes an estimated 35,000 decisions every day. Wow, that is crazy to me. So today I have 3 points concerning this idea of decision making. Number 1, decisions are an inevitable aspect of a life. Number 2, decisions have a short-term impact. And number 3, decisions have a long-term consequence. Now let's first talk about how it is a part of just your life. Nothing in life happens without a decision being made. There are 2 types of decisions. They're internal decisions and external decisions. An external decision will be the way a road is built in your community or the school district that your community is assigned to. Another decision would be a law that governs an area and actually the family you come from. These are all external decisions that you then make on your own. They just happen to you. You weren't involved in those decisions in some senses. Internal decisions are whether or not you're going to wear this certain shirt or a certain skirt to work or on a date. An internal decision will be the car that you decide to buy, or your family traditions during the holidays, or the support of a certain football team or sports team in general. All of these are decisions that we are all impacted by every single day. So the facts are that whether or not we're involved, decisions shape us and how we live our lives. Here's a thought. Are you making life happen, or is life happening to you? With one decision, you and I can make an investment into our lives. Point number 2, decisions have short-term impact. There's an aspect of decision making that is not necessarily life-altering or big for all of us that we make every single day. In these moments, we are impacted by those choices very, very quickly. Like the choice of eating a donut versus eating an apple. Now, you might enjoy eating that donut because it just makes you feel all warm and fuzzy inside, and you enjoy the sugar that rushes through your body and you feel it in your leg and get a food coma, which I've gotten before. But the reaction later would be that you feel tiredness and you feel sluggish after eating that donut. And we all have felt that. Isn't it such a shame? On the other hand, eating an apple may cause you to be energized, refreshed, and ready to take on the day. Jim Rohn says it this way: take care of your body. It's the only place you have to live. In the short term, we can clearly see that the cause and effect of what are menial life choices. The reality is that short-term decisions develops habits that develops a particular lifestyle. Change your short-term decisions, change your life. One of the biggest things that I saw in my own personal life as a kid was I used to be afraid of the dark. And my dad would always make me do this one thing that at the time I really didn't understand, but it actually impacted me in such a significant way as an adult. So my dad, when I would be screaming and crying and saying, "Dad, I can't sleep," he would make me say a confession over and over and over and over again. In the process of him doing that, I started to notice that what I was saying became the reality in my mind, and I believed that I could go to sleep. So the decision every single moment to say what my dad told me to say over and over and over again, not only made me believe it, but it also made me sleepy. And so I was able to go to sleep. So for you and I, if we make short-term decisions, if we make the decision right now to do something different and actually engage with what's happening in our world and what's happening around us, we can see some short-term results like better sleep, which I enjoyed at 6 years old. Point number 3, decisions have long-term consequences. Now, we only think of the word consequence in a negative sense, but I want to find out the definition. Okay, Google, what does consequent mean?
Here's the definition of consequence: a result or effect of an action or condition.
Quite insightful. In other words, the consequence of our decisions can be good or bad. For instance, it will be a great decision to start a college fund for your kids or future kids. The consequence of that is that they will not have to pay a dime for college. A great decision would be to pay down some of your debt in small incremental parts so you can bring down the interest rates on loans or whatever it might be, or to invest into a viable stock. The consequence of that is that you reduce your debt over time and it becomes manageable and you actually help yourself out in the long run, and you actually may make money off of that stock that you invested into. These are all smart decisions. The decision for you to sit here and listen to me talk for about 10 or 15 minutes is a positive and good decision, because the consequence will be that you'll feel empowered, equipped, and inspired. Now, there are also bad consequences for our decisions. Smoking, where we have seen tons of studies be done about over the past 10 or 15 years, shows that an individual that smokes increases their chances of getting either COPD, bronchitis, emphysema, and other lung-related and respiratory diseases. So we know that smoking is a bad decision that has some very deadly and life-altering consequences. Another bad decision was to think that Nickelback is the greatest band of all time. Don't at me, Nickelback fans. I'm just kidding. The point I'm making to us today is that our decisions that we make just don't affect us now. They affect us later. They affect our families, our lives, our jobs, our careers. They're all impacted by the way we think about the decisions that we're making right now. One of the things that's happening in my own personal life is that there's some things that I realize have been some of the things that have prevented me from moving forward in certain areas, whether it be depression, whether it be some fears that I've had and some anxieties that I personally deal with. And what I've been doing over the past few years is going to counseling. It's going to a men's group to deal with some issues that I've been facing in my own personal life. Because I believe that if I get in these groups, if I get in these environments, and I've had these conversations, I will be able to be a healthy husband, a healthy son, a healthy father, a healthy business owner or leader. And that is the best thing that I can do for the future people that I will impact. So today, my encouragement to you is deal with your issues. Make a decision to push forward and actually address the things that are going on in your life, because your decisions today just don't affect you. They affect every person that is connected to you and every person that will be impacted by you. You have a choice today to make a decision to change your future. At the beginning of the year, all of us make New Year's resolutions, and we tend to not keep them. But right now, I'm talking to you, in this moment, right now, your next decision could be your best decision. Thank you for watching or listening to this week's episode of Leading with Lee. I hope that you were inspired, equipped, and empowered. If you haven't done it yet, subscribe today. And to get updates about all the things that I'm doing, connect with me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Lee A. Scott II or Lee A. Scott II. I hope that you will tune in for the next episode of Leading with Lee. Much love, and let's get started.